Hello, everybody. I hope that suddenly, eventually, I'll get the respect that the chair should get, and should I have a special request? Next time, can I please be the opening speaker and not speak after Ephraim Alevi? Ephraim, thank you very much for your amazing presentation. I will say one more thing, and I won't mention any names. We have a lot of people here who are responsible for making the Eichmann exhibit happen. And a lot of people on the team, we all worked really hard because, as you probably know, this was the first time that Mossad ever took the exhibit out of the walls of Mossad. But I wouldn't name the names, but it wouldn't be, if Ephraim Alevi wasn't there to give us guidance of how to do that, the exhibit wouldn't be here, so thank you. The story of capture and trial of Adolf Eichmann, which changed the way that people view the Holocaust, is one of the many, many amazing Jewish stories that there are. And fortunately or unfortunately, there are stories that are hidden. I see the mission of the museum as opportunity to uncover the story for the Jews around the world, and especially for the younger generation. I hate saying that all the time, the younger generation, for all of us, to be proud of our successes, because it's ultimate story of success of State of Israel and of the Jewish people, but there are many, many others, maybe not of that magnitude, though there are many others. And uncovering those stories and bringing those stories to life and making sure that people know what an amazing family they belong to is what we've been doing. And I think we've been doing that at a great success. The fact that we are, after 40 years, actually today is the day that the builders started rebuilding the permanent exhibit. Right? We just heard the message that they're in the building, crashing it today as we are celebrating here. But it would be not to mention elephant in the room with all the celebration that we have, and everybody who knows me know how optimistic I am about the Jewish future. But it would be an elephant in the room not to mention of how big and how difficult the relationship between Israel and American Jewry have become this year. And I'll say with deep sorrow that it's the first time that I see this as a strategic threat. When my father got involved and we got involved in the museum 15 years ago, it felt like an important story to tell. The story of your people was a nice and important story to tell, but it didn't feel that there is such an urgency to make sure to tell the story of the unity of the Jewish people. It felt that it's important to share your story, but it wasn't critical. It didn't feel critical to me, at least. Now I can say that 2017 proved that this is critical to tell that story. And for that reason, we decided to go beyond being the museum. Museum, the word automatically takes you to the past, and you know that we're the museum that talks about the now and the future. Even the way we build the exhibit is about starting now and then only then going back in history. But this year we decided to establish the Center for Jewish Dialogue. And we realized that we can't really be anymore only the place where things happen. We really want to be a voice of unity because we can. And thank you. We've been blessed with a lot of people who helped us. This is going to be a Tisch Center for Jewish Dialogue, which is going to start working long before we open the new museum in 2 years. And I hope that we'll be able to have a fruitful dialogue and not an annoying frustration and a bitter conversation that we have currently, because ultimately I do not believe in the future of Jewish people without Jews all over the world being together and Israel at the center of that. I just don't believe this is possible. Nobody believed that we'll make it, but in 2 years' time we're going to open a new museum of the Jewish people. We heard a lot of stories of why transformation is impossible. We proved them wrong. We're almost at the end of our $100 million capital campaign to do that. And I want to make sure that I thank we had a lot of donors who helped us and partners who helped us to get where we are. We're at the last $6 million of the campaign. Again, if you remember Beit Hatfutsot 10 years ago, everybody will tell you this is impossible to do. This is possible when you know exactly the reason why you need this place and you know what the story that it has to tell. That's very possible. Well, I would like to thank Caret Foundation from San Francisco, who helped us this year with a $10 million gift to make sure that our our school is what it has to be. With Ted Taubbe, also from San Francisco, who helped us build the museum. And we also got a very important gift for us being in Israel, $2.5 million anonymous gift, to make sure that our technology is going to be state of the art. And all of that is to make sure that we have a place which celebrates the success and the future of our people. Thank you very much.